In the name of Allah, the most beneficent and the most merciful. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you, lovely students? I hope you all are doing well. As you know that this is Pakistan International School Ties virtual learning classes. And we are here with biology subjects for second year students. Dear students, in today's lecture, we are going to continue chapter number 23, and this is the last topic of chapter 23, that is about chromosomes and DNA. In this chapter, we have studied a lot about chromosomes and DNA structure, its composition. Actually, that was not included in a reduced syllabus. And but we have seen replication, transcription process, protein synthesis, that is called central dogma. Today we will see mutation, any change at genetic level. What is mutation? What is the change? How does it occur? We will see in today's lecture. So let's start it. Let's start mutation. So mutation, what is that? It is the change in the DNA sequence. So mutation can result from DNA copying mistakes made during cell division, exposure to ionizing radiations, to chemicals, and all these things are called mutagens. Mutagens which create, which cause mutations in the body and the genetic makeup. So these mutagens, they are having like different sort of mutations, but that is sometimes harmful, sometimes useful also. So we will see that what type of like mutations are there, like what are the causes or what are the sources of mutation, like how the genetic makeup can be changed. So that genetic makeup or that mutation is is caused by certain mutagens. These mutagens or these, we can say some of the so these mutagens are the creators, are the causing agents of the mutations or the changes at the genetic level. So there are different types of mutagens. Some are physical, some are chemical, and some are biological mutagens. So if we see here that physical mutagens, like we expose sometimes through the radiations, ultraviolet radiations, gamma and X-rays, or radioactive arrays, in all around we are having high temperature alteration also. Like just keep in mind also those radiations which are released from the electronics, and especially from the appliances in which that signals are used. For example, specifically mobiles and our cell phones, like computers, laptops, and TVs, they just produce lots of dangerous radiations. So they are also included in physical mutagens. Chemical mutagens, lots of chemicals are like having the capability to change the genetic makeup. So for example, colchicine, mustard gas, nitrous gas, acridine orange gas, radioactive isotopes, they also releases some radiations and free oxygen particles. Colchicine is used in like different types of crops to increase the yields, as well as um, we just see that nitrous gas also, and mustard gas, nitrous gas, that is called laughing gas. Mustard gas is also called a sulfur mustard, or due to yellow appearance it is named as sulfur mustard. And that causes like rashes and lung diseases, also the large bristles on the skin. And if we see that nitrous gas, that is also laughing gas, that if that gives a euphoric effect on inhaling, that is anesthetic, and that is used in aerosols, sprays, and also in whipped creams, like which is used like for like dressing of different desserts, as well as it is used in cooking sprays, in which aerosols are also used, so that nitrous gas is also used over there. So that is acridine orange, that is used for nucleic acid dye for cell cycle determination, that also give the mutation effect. And oxygen particles, like you know about the radioactive isotopes, these free oxygen particles, they are like formed in the body, and like oxygen gas pocketed in the large lipid particles which store energy in more quantity, that is also act as mutagen. In biological mutagens, viruses, transposons, DNA replication, and errors during meiosis, they just cause the mutations in the genetic makeup. So biological mutagens, they are also the major cause of this mutation. So DNA replication and errors during meiosis, they are recovered, or like they are like they are deleted, or they are covered up by the enzymes present over there by proofreading. So sometimes it happens that they can cause mutations in the genetic makeup. Viruses also can, like they are having their own DNA which they inject into the cells of the organism's body's DNA, so they can also cause the mutations. Transposons actually are the DNA sequences which change its position within a genome. Sometimes they create mutations, or reversing mutations also, and they altering the cell's genetic identity. And they are useful tools to analyze the genes, to study embryonic development, and identifying the gene and their pathways. Some diseases created by the caused by the pathogens, so these are sometimes useful when they are induced, but they are also um, affect the genetic makeup and cause the mutation. So you can see here in the diagram that UV radiation, X-rays radiations, and chemical carcinogens, which just come from the cigarettes, especially processed foods and preservatives, they are having a great amount of those chemicals which are mutagens. Like if we take that for a longer period of time, definitely they will change the genetic makeup, and they can just affect the genes sequences. Cosmetics and clinic products, they also produce mutations. Viruses and bacteria, they are also the big source of mutations. So now we'll see what are the types of mutations. So there are two specific types of mutations: the spontaneous mutations, which are done automatically or naturally due to internal or external or environmental factors. But some are induced also, and they are induced by the external factors for the establishment of varieties of organisms, like we do in biotechnology. So types of mutations, there is also two types of mutation on the basis of their location and the quantity, or what we can say, the extent of mutation. So there is a gene mutation. Gene mutation means when the single gene defect is there. So here you can see in the diagram, gene mutation is there. So in place of a CG, there is TA. So it means one nucleotide or two nucleotides are affected. So there are different types of gene mutations, also insertion, substitution, and deletion. We'll talk about after a few slides in detail about them. Chromosomal mutations, they are missing or some extra chromosomes are present in while during meiosis. So we can have monosomy, trisomy, or deletion also. Deletion means there is missing of one chromosome. So they can involve autosomes or sex chromosome. We will see their detail also. There are some significance of meiosis, that there are variations in the genes which cause mutations, and that is needed for study of transmission of traits. Yes, these are useful like significances of mutations. So mutations can tell researchers about the functions of biological system or gene production, as well as basis for cancer and other genetic diseases. So mutations are actually having the harmful effects also, like they are the basis of cancers and other genetic diseases like hemophilia, thalassemia, and we'll talk about sickle cell anemia and phenylketonuria about them. Gene mutations serve as the source of most alleles in the population. So origin of genetic variation in the population is done by mutation. So that is also the useful mutation. So mutation drive evolution. So genetic variation, if just persists in the population, so it will drive to the evolution. So that is the raw material for a natural selection. Let's talk about two main important mutations on the basis of location and the basis of the amount or extent of the mutation. First of all, that is chromosomal mutation. So mutations that produce changes in whole chromosome. Whole chromosome, it can be deleted, it can be added, duplicated, and any mutation can be done. So in that, first of all, we will see KLINEFELTER syndrome. And that KLINEFELTER syndrome, what happened in this, that is the genetic disorder in which one extra X chromosome to a standard human male karyotype. If you see this human being karyotype, so you can see this as X chromosome, and this indicates the male because it is having X and Y. But what is happened here? There is an extra X chromosome. So that is roughly between 1 out of 500 to 1 out of 1,000 live male births are there. So it means a human being is having 46 chromosomes, but here it is having 47 chromosomes because one X chromosome is added in the sex chromosomes. So addition or we can say trisomy is called aneuploidy in males, and second most common condition caused by the presence of extra chromosome. Some other mammals are also having this type of syndrome that is called mice. In mice, it is also happening. So KLINEFELTER syndrome. there are some signs and symptoms over there, like the male is taller than the average stature, or like its body figure is taller than the average, like its chest region is mostly the longer one. Longer legs, shorter torso, and broader hips compared with other boys. Like if we see from other males, that is, if compare, then the person is having a longer stature, all the things longer, and short torso, broader hips. It means that is representing more female characteristics because there is double X chromosomes. Absent or delayed incomplete puberty can be occurred after puberty, less muscle, less facial hair, less body hair compared to the other teenagers. So we can say that all these characteristics are present female. So they are towards the female side. Small and firm testicles and small penis also, so that indicates that less masculine characters and more feminine characters. Enlarged breast tissues also, that is called gynocosmetia, that is also present in those persons. Actually, its treatment can be given. Klinefelter's syndrome's treatment can be um, done by giving testosterone, which is for the sexual development, but the normal body development can be like up to the puberty stage if we give it before the time. But infertility will not be cured with this type of in hormone therapy. Down syndrome is also called trisomy. It means 21 chromosome. Now what at 21 chromosome. So you can see this karyotype. This is human being karyotype, and this is autosomal disorder. Autosomal disorder means this is sex chromosome that is normal, but in the autosome chromosome number pair number 21, there is one more chromosome is added. So there is also 47 chromosome. XY is normal, but at 21 there is a plus 21, means one is added over there. So that is like also 1 out of 700 children, the cases can be characteristics of facial features, short stature, heart defects, shorter lifespan, etc. So that has been correlated to the age of mother, but can also be a result of disconjunction of father's chromosome 21. So that is from the male side, but that is age related also. If the female is having a more age, like more than 40, so that can be happened over there. As well as this is the case of non-disjunction. So you can see the symptoms of that person here, short stature, and like eyes and this type of structure. The person is having white spots on the colored part of the eye, as well as abnormal ears. They are having flattened nose and face, short and broad hands they are having. So short a fifth finger is their congenital heart disease. They can suffer widely spread toe and the first finger of the, like first and second toes of the feet. So increased skin creases in the hands and the body as well, here and the neck. And neck is a shorter, intestinal blockage, and big toes widely spaced. You can see here the feet. So these are some symptoms. So treatment of Down syndrome is no. Medications and surgery, counseling, support, hormone therapy can improve the lifestyle of the person, but there is no permanent cure for any type of genetic diseases. Turner syndrome, that is also one of one of the main genetic disorder. So this is called TS, or that is also the genetic condition which only affects a female. What is the reason for that? We'll talk about this in a few minutes. So a condition is called by abnormal chromosomes, and 1 in every 2,500 baby girls are affected by Turner syndrome. Syndrome is actually the combination of lots of diseases, lots of disorders with one cause. Why one cause? Cause is the genetic problem is there, disjunction. So more common among pregnancies that do not survive the term of miscarriages and stillbirths. So if the female is suffering from these type of problems more time, so they can give the birth of Turner syndrome in the kid. So that is the name given after the doctor Henry Turner, who discovered this condition in 1938. So what are the causes actually? So the reason is the absence of sperm. Like there is an error in the male's sperm, means there is no Y chromosome. No Y chromosome or even no X chromosome. Like if Y chromosome is there, so like if the sperm is fertilizing the egg which is having no Y chromosome, if that is X chromosome, so that is definitely female. But if it is no Y chromosome, that is also female but not the complete one. So an error occurs in cell division during like fetal development also. Like when there are two copies of X chromosomes, so only one copy of X chromosome is shifted towards the next gamete. So it means female characters, but the girls with TS may only have several of few features with like associated with TS, short stature, infertility. These are all the common symptoms of them. Also, they affect growth, sexual development, and a webbed neck, edema, abnormal bone development, low hairline. Like at the back of that, you can see the webbed neck, a low hairline. Hairs are up to here at the back of the neck, as well as edema, like accumulation of body fluids in the hands, elbows, and like in the body, as well as um, abnormal both in development is there. So that is called by the non-disjunction of sex chromosomes while pairing during meiosis. So the treatment of that, there is actually no proper treatment, but growth hormone treatment can improve the growth influence of girls' final adult height if it is given through childhood age. Estrogen replacement treatment can like can increase or help the girls to develop their physical changes in the puberty up to 12 and 13 age. That disease is called like you have seen how many chromosomes, 46 chromosomes, 44 are autosomes plus one X chromosome. That's why it means there is 45. So the deletion of one chromosome, here is no chromosome. So there is no chromosome, Y chromosome from the male side. So that's why that is incomplete female. Let's talk about other mutation on the basis of location and the extent of the mutation. That is point mutation. There's the chemical changes in just one base pair. So a single nucleotide of DNA template strand can lead to the production of definitely abnormal protein. So we can have in the change in single nucleotide. So they can, point mutation is having different types. So that is the normal um, a sequence of we can say the amino acids in the protein. So if there is substitution point mutation, so you can see in place of C, T is coming inside and replacing C. When C is replaced by T, so automatically in messenger RNA that is coding for A. So here when this codon is changed, so you can see in place of GCA there is GTA. So in place of arginine there is histone. So there is the difference of the amino acid. So that is called substitution point mutation. If the other one is insertion, like one more in place of in the sequence of messenger RNA, one nucleotide is added. In the DNA, one nucleotide is added. So in messenger RNA, definitely that will encode for that one, decode. And sorry. Like encode for that one, and we can see first it was TCA GCA. So here TCA AGC. Now this was the codon, now it became this one AGC. So this will definitely add the different amino acid in the protein. So here can be the deletion of one nucleotide. If G is deleted from here, so there will no alternate in that messenger RNA. It means again in place of GCA, G is deleted, so CAT will be the codon. So that will code for valine. And the next one, there is no complete codon, so there will be no protein amino acid. So no protein will be formed after proline. So by this point mutation, we are having sickle cell anemia, very, very important disease, and very, very lethal also. But that is inherited red blood cell disorder, and normally the red blood cells are rounded disc shaped, but in sickle cell anemia, they get this type of sickle shaped cells. And these red blood cells, we know that they are having hemoglobin and they attach oxygen with them. So in this type of sickle cells, they get sticky with one another, they can form clot, and they do not have more hemoglobin, so they cannot attach or carry more oxygen. In that, the person can get anemia. So the causes are, if we see this is the sequence of amino acids in hemoglobin. So what happened here at now we'll see at this place where the thiamine is coding for the A, and there is glutamic acid is the normal amino acid. But when it is chained with A, so it will code for T, and T, then it will make valine. So here is the problem, like just point mutation at one nucleotide or one base, nitrogenous base. So what happened, whole of the amino acid is changed, and whole of the position of like this protein is gonna change, and the shape of this red blood cells are going to be a change. So if one can get the disease, it is inherited from both the parents. It is inherited from both the parents, from male or female. That is not specific that from female or from male, but if any one parent is affected, it will definitely pass to the next generation. And in Pakistan, these diseases are more spreading due to the cousin marriages. So that is the issue and the major problem over there. So sickle cell anemia, the common symptoms are fatigue, shortness of breath, frequent coughing, yellowish of the skin. You can see your pale yellow skin, periodic episodes of pain in whole of the body, and swelling in the hands and feet, rashes, delayed growth, problem in vision. as well as a rapid heart rate, shortness of breath, jaundice, and damage of various organs, as well as several infections. So this treatment of sickle cell anemia actually, um, now it is not so it can be treated but not properly, just can like increase the uh, lifestyle. So before the time in the past, the people died between 20 to 40 age, but now the lifestyle is going to change, and this treatment helps the patients from 50 to more than 50 age, 50 years age, that can enhance the lifestyle, that can help the person to live healthy life, but that cannot be treated because that is genetic disorder. Bone marrow transplant or stem cell transplant can be the cure for children with sickle cell anemia. We can give it in thalassemia also. So up to that can increase the success rate up to 85%. So like just it resulting from 5 to 10% of cases, while a transplant procedure is risky, that is expensive also, and all the people cannot like bear the expenses of this transplant treatment. Next is phenylketonuria. That is the genetic disorder characterized by the inability of body to utilize essential amino acids, that is called phenylalanine. Phenylalanine is utilized in the body to produce various type of hormones and enzymes, that is precursor of enzymes and hormones. So in PKU, phenylketonuria is also called PKU. One of the enzyme that is called phenylalanine hydroxylase that breaks down the phenylalanine into tyrosine. That protein is broken down into phenylalanine and then into tyrosine, and tyrosine is the major precursor of lots of hormones, and these hormones for serotonin, dopamine, which is like the natural painkiller, and that is also tyrosine is also the precursor of adrenal hormones, epinephrine, norepinephrine, thyroid hormones, as well as melanin production, and it is the like major part of the active sites of the enzymes. So that enzyme converts phenylalanine into tyrosine, which is utilized in the body. But what happened? Phenylketonuria is occurred when this hormone that is called PAH hormone, PAH or phenyl, that is called phenylalanine hydroxylase, that is not functioning properly. So here you can see protein is broken down into individual amino acids, and phenylalanine is an amino acid, and that is broken down with PAH enzyme into tyrosine and other components. But if that is not working properly, so what happened, that phenylalanine is going to accumulate in the body at the toxic level, so that builds up in the body. So when it builds up in the body, it destroys and it causes lots of problems and damage the central nervous system, especially. That is actually autosomal homologous recessive gene, and that is inherited, that can be inherited from both the parents, male or female, if they are carrier. If they are carriers, so both of the persons, if they are carriers, so they will transfer more than half of the kids this disease. And if one is carrier, so definitely the kids will also be the carrier of that disease, that phenylketonuria. The symptoms are musty odor in the breath, skin, or urine also, that cause, it means too much alanine, phenylalanine is coming out of the body, it's secreting out of the body. Neurological problems, the seizures, And behavioral problems, there will be skin rashes or eczema, as well as fair skin, blue eyes due to no pigmentation, because phenylalanine is the precursor for a transform into melanin, which is required for the skin darkening or skin tone, and abnormally small head, that is called microcephaly. So you can see in these diagrams the persons, the kids which are suffering from phenylketonuria. Actually, the treatment is not properly, but I have mentioned before that is uh, like used for the enhancing the lifestyle of the person. So the treatment is simply high phenylalanine foods must be avoided, and low phenylalanine foods must be taken. And like there are some formula milks which are having low phenylalanine um, amount in that has to be utilized for PKU infants, and for whole of the life it is utilized, like lophenolec formula, as well as these are some high phenylalanine foods which have to be avoided, like fish, meat, dietary products, because they are rich in protein. So less protein diet must be taken to avoid this type of disease. So, dear students, that's it for today. With this, we have completed our chapter, finished completely, because that was the last topic about the mutation. I hope you find it um, you found it very interesting, and you got lots of information about the mutation. Wish you all the best. Allah Hafiz.